Well, hello, beautiful people. Today I'm going to share with you everything I am hoping to read in February. There are some really exciting ones on this. One of them I haven't even unboxed yet, so I'll be doing that with you as well. If you are new here to my channel, hello, I am April. You can think of me as your bookish fairy godmother, and on this channel my goal is to set you up with your next 5-star read. And these are just a few of the 5-star reads that live rent-free in my head. So if you like what you see, subscribe, hit the bell, stay a while. I'm going to start with my physical books, and then we'll talk about things that I want to listen to, either like audiobook or books on my Kobo. We're gonna start with this one, which I haven't unboxed it yet, and I haven't hauled it yet, so we're doing it here together. I love a little indigo. This was a pre-order for me. Oh, it didn't go all the way through. It's showing the wrong way. Oh, more suspense. More suspense. Is anyone surprised that I got the new Grady Hendrix? No, no one's surprised. I love some Grady Hendrix. He is my favorite horror author of all time. And this book is called Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. This book takes place in the 1970s. We follow a group of girls who meet at this boarding house called Wellwood House in St. Augustine, Florida. This is a house for unwed mothers. The idea of this house is families send their girls here who got pregnant out of wedlock. They are to go there, live out the pregnancy there, give up their babies, and then forget anything ever happened. This actually happened in real life for thousands of women. So we meet these girls through their days. Everything is tracked. They have no power of their own until one day one of them goes to the library and a librarian gives her a book of the occult, and suddenly the power is in her hands, as well as I think 3 other girls that she becomes friends with. Just sounds amazing. I'm so excited for Grady Hendrix to be back in my life. Yes. Next is I Who Have Never Known Men. This is a classic that was kind of brought back and republished. And this follows, I believe, around 40 women who are being held deep underground. They don't know why they're there or how they got there. They're just surviving until one of the women, who kind of keeps herself to herself, I believe helps them escape. And she helps to guide them when they go above ground, because we know that they do escape at some point. I've only heard good things about this book, and I think it's high time that I pick this one up. I'd like to continue along with the Cazalet Chronicles. I read the first 2 books in 2024, and here we are with Confusion to continue the story. The Cazalet Chronicles follows a family just before World War II and going into World War II. In this book, we will be in the thick of war, and it is about their lives. We've got 3 brothers and their families, as well as the sister, a single sister, and it is about how they feel when war breaks out. They live in the English countryside, so they're relatively safe. But some of these men decide to go and fight, and it's about the daily lives of these people, you know, living amongst the war, but also having their own lives. It's been really great so far, and it's a really big cast of characters. I am now at the point where I know all of them. The first book I was like still confused, but I think I'm there now, so I'd like to finish this book. It'd be great if I could finish the whole series this year, but we will see what happens. A series I'd love to start this year is the Thursday Murder Club. I don't know what the actual name of the series is, but this surrounds a group of elderly people as they become detectives in their own right. This follows 4 friends who meet at a retirement village. They get together to talk about unsolved crimes. So they're doing this in their hobby, but then a crime like emerges and they find that at their own front door. A local developer is found dead with a strange, mysterious photograph left next to the body, and the friends dive in, try to find out what happened. Another club book. On Kobo, I am currently reading The Briar Club. This takes place in Washington, D.C. in 1950, and it follows women living in a boarding house. Now, these women are from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life. They're all dealing with different things. I think one of them works for Senator McCarthy. When a new boarder comes to live there named Grace, suddenly these women who hadn't really had a lot of interesting relationships, they've really just done their own thing, they start like congregating in her bedroom at least once a week for dinner parties. She's also the only one who has a TV, and it's about their friendship. I'm reading this now and really, really liking it, which is very exciting. I also want to read Butter. This is a novel based on a true story, which is very disturbing. This follows a gourmet cook who is also a serial killer. This woman, it seems, has over the years invited lonely businessmen to her home, and she has subsequently killed them all. So she has been caught. She is in jail. She is not talking to the press. And this one woman, I believe, in the press decides to reach out to her. She is interested in learning the stories of these murders, but she talks to her about food. And they begin this kind of strange correspondence. I believe they also meet in person to talk more about food. Will the murders be uncovered by this journalist? Will she get like the actual scoop? Who knows? But I think it sounds so fascinating. And I think it was Jen Campbell who had this on her like list of books that were some of her favorites from 2024. So that's why I am reading this in February. I would also really like to read Penance on my Kobo by Eliza Clark. This starts with a crime in Yorkshire, on a beach in Yorkshire. A 16-year-old girl was set fire by 3 other teenage girls. And we follow a journalist, I believe a decade later, looking at the crime, interviewing all sorts of people surrounding the crime to get a picture of what happened on that fateful day. It sounds really interesting. I think I'd like to read a little bit more literary fiction, just books with a little bit more to say about society and all of that. Not saying thrillers can't do that, but sometimes they don't. So I think it's just like a little more meat this year in my fiction. So those are all of the books that I would really, really like to read in February. Let me know in the comments below what you plan to read this February. Do you have anything that you're reaching for or that you want to order or buy for yourself? I'd love to know what you are reading right now, and I will talk with you very soon. Goodbye.